What's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of The 100 on the CW, which was called Nevermind, Season 6, Episode 7. Yeah, back to my reviews of The 100. I did miss a week, which I apologize for. But you guys know I haven't been the biggest fan of the season. It might be my least favorite season of the show, perhaps. I mean, I'm still going to see, the rest of what happens with, the direction of the season and such. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot, or at least a little bit of retread with the story beats, with, hostile group and stuff like that, and I didn't really care for the, the whole thing with, Clark's body being taken over by Josephine. It felt like a usual, sci-fi type of plot point for that to happen to the main character in some fashion. But I still absolutely love The 100. It's gonna end up maybe within my all-time, top 10 favorite shows, which is a lot, because 10 seems like a lot, but then you realize how many shows I've actually watched. 10 is kind of narrowing it down. And 100 may be my favorite sort of, straight up, sci-fi type of show. And, just like me personally, though, sometimes my favorite parts of the show are actually more so the survival elements. That's why I still really like the first season. Because, yeah, maybe some of the acting wasn't as strong as it is in the later ones. Maybe the writing didn't quite find its footing as much in the first season, but it's when they first landed, so they were getting used to the environment more. There was a lot more, sort of initial challenges that were a bit more grounded, pun intended, things like that. But this episode, I gotta say, Nevermind, I think is my favorite of the season so far, actually. I may be a bit biased because Clark is my favorite character. She has been since the start. Her, Kane, Bellamy once in a while kind of works his way up, and Alexa. Clark's overall I think been my favorite character through the series. So I really love this episode because part of it seemed like kind of a retrospective of this is your life, kind of, right? Because of Clark trying to fight to keep her to keep herself alive. We find out Clark isn't actually dead. There's actually a part of her that could still come back. We see her, in her mind, see her father again, which I thought was nice. Jake, who we haven't seen really since, the pilot or the premiere episode of the series. Except I think I remember seeing him a flash, a little bit later in the first season, but mostly he was in that first episode with the flashbacks and stuff like that, or at least scattered throughout the first season. I always kind of liked the actor who played him too. I thought he did a good job, and I kind of wanted to see more of him. I know he's had roles here and there in other shows and probably some movies and stuff like that, but I'm glad I got to see a little bit more of his his relationship with Clark, even if it was kind of brief and counted from her own mind, right? So we've seen that. I like the walls. You've seen all those different drawings. Of course, you see Maddie and a little bit of Bellamy here. Even seen Finn and Wells and stuff like that. But then he's seen quite a few drawings of Alexa, which I thought was nice. And I know they couldn't probably get Alicia Debnam Carey to appear because of how busy she is with Fear the Walking Dead on AMC. Although crossing my fingers for one more real appearance at some point. I don't know. But I thought it was nice to even show a flash, a shot of her from season 3 smiling, and then Clark sort of putting her hand on the wall. I thought was a nice touch anyway, so emphasizing her importance, and then when her importance in Clark's life anyway, how much she loved her, and then when Josephine kind of reminded her, of how much that hurt her and how she wants to cry whenever she thinks of her. So, I still like that they, again, pay respect, at least, to how much she meant to Clark. So, that was maybe my favorite part of the episode, who knows. Also, seeing Monty again was nice. It displayed on a lot of Clark's sort of like inner battles with herself, like actually letting in the doubts or the sort of, criticisms that so many people have bestowed upon her. But then I like how it's said in the episode that I think this is the truth, that Clark takes on the weight of everyone and makes the best decisions she can. And sure, there's a little Maddie thing that happened recently, but even Bellamy's understood that at this point, but Josephine tries to push it in her head that maybe he doesn't. But it's just always bugged me how certain characters have tried to, like, vilify Clark, recently and, periodically, in certain points in other seasons. But, I think Clark's a hero, honestly, And with that, I think Eliza Taylor did a really nice job with this episode. I mean, I seen the showrunner Jason Rothenberg talking about how good she was when Josephine first took over a couple episodes ago, which is true. It was fun to see her play that different personality and such. But I think this was an even more kind of standout episode for her. Would it be among my top 10 favorite episodes of the 100? Maybe, maybe not. Again, it's hard to compare introspective episodes like this to the more action-driven episodes or the bigger episodes that involve more characters. I don't know. But this is definitely a standout one, my favorite from the season so far. Also love seeing Clark get to kick Josephine's ass physically. At the start when she just tries that way to remove her, but it's not going to be that simple, unfortunately. But Clark just beats her and kills her. I thought it was awesome. Clark had some moves there. I've been wanting to see her have another fight scene like that since her and Anya in season 2. So I hope we get to see her in a real world confrontation like that again. But then she just slams the door on Josephine over and over, but of course Josephine comes back. And then towards the end, we don't see much of the other characters in this episode. This is a very Clark-centric episode, which I loved. But towards the end, we do see that, when Josephine, tells Clark about Bellamy's deal and everything. Then Clark is able to do some kind of Morse code movement, even though Josephine has taken over her body again. So this indicates to Bellamy that Clark is alive. So, that's good. That's about what I expected. That's about what I thought the episode was going to end on. So now Bellamy's where that Clark's alive. He seemed just how hopeful he was again. And I forgot to mention this in last week's episode, but congratulations, Eliza Taylor and Bob Morley, Clark and Bellamy in real life. The actor and actress are married. Yes, they're actually married. They revealed it on a Twitter post, and a bunch of other actors congratulated them to confirm it and everything, even some writers and such. How awesome is that? I had no idea they were even dating in real life. But kudos to them for keeping it, so private, and they definitely deserve respect like that if that's how they wanted to do it. They haven't said much about it since, but I still think it's really sweet. It's always nice when these things happen, with people who work on a show you love, and then they actually sort of find a real chemistry within it. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this episode. I think it's my favorite of the season, the best of the season to me. And I am a bit more optimistic about the direction of it now. I'm kind of more eager because we kind of got Clark back, sort of. So if I had to rate this episode, I'm giving about a 9.2 out of 10, somewhere in there. We have 6 episodes left or something like that. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, even though it's not my favorite season of the 100, I still enjoy it. And I'll try to review it more consistently again, because I've been reviewing it actively since season 3, since I caught up on it, so I don't really want to stop. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.